Welcome to Mondays with Mo. I am Mo, the founder and Chief Confidence Officer at the Confetti Collective. The Confetti Collective is a women's lifestyle platform. We are based in Southern Arizona, and it is our job to provide the information, tips, tools, and resources to help you create your big, beautiful life. And Mondays with Mo is my opportunity to pop on live and chat with you about things that might be on my mind, things that you might be seeing floating around social media, just all kinds of stuff, right? So just pretend we are sitting at the kitchen table, or we are sitting on the back porch, and we've got either some sweet tea or we've got some Stella Rosa wine or whatever, and we're just gonna have a chat, right? So if you are watching this on the replay, welcome to the replay. You might be watching this on Facebook. You might be watching this on Instagram. You might be watching this on YouTube. And I want to say welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Ro. All right. So tonight's Mondays with Mo is kind of deep, but not that deep, but deep. Okay. So in the caption or in the comment description of this video, this is what it says. It asks, why are the people around you? Why? Do the people around you serve a purpose in your life? And do you know what that is? Because when you're on a journey of personal growth, and in my mind, we all are, evolution is a constant process, right? It never ends. Until you take your last breath, you are constantly growing and evolving and changing and becoming a better version of you. And when you're on that journey, you will be required at some point, at multiple points, to evaluate the people in your circle and figure out what those people add to you, because they do add something to you. And I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, you know, the negative people, they take away from me, so that's why we cut them off. And that's true to a certain degree, but those negative people also add something to you. So I want to talk about the two things that the people, positive or negative, those people around you, those people in your circle, what they could be adding to you, because there's only two things. They could either be adding weight or they could be adding wings. And you have to figure out what each person that you allow to spend time with you, to be in your space, to speak over your life, to give you advice, you will have to figure out if those people are adding weight or if they are adding wings. And in the spirit of Mondays with Mo, because, you know, we like to talk about just stuff that's happening in pop culture and across the interwebs, I've got examples. I've got an example of the type of person that could add weight and the type of person that could add wings. And here's what I mean by that, just so we're clear. The person that is adding weight to you is burdening you. The person that is adding wings to you is lifting you up. So they are either burdening you or they are lifting you up. You've got to evaluate and figure out which one, what these people are adding to you, right? So some of you may have seen floating across the interwebs a video of a pastor or apostle or a child, I don't know what his title was, but in his church, and he was talking about, I assume he was giving relationship advice or something, child, I don't know. But the snippet of the video that I saw, he is saying that women, and I'm going to quote him, should just shut up, look cute, and nod your head. I'm going to let that marinate. Because I did say that this was a pastor, apostle, somebody in the church house that is saying in this video, women should just shut up, look cute, and nod your head. And people in the audience were agreeing with him. So at one point in the video, he invites somebody or invites a woman to come up so he could critique her. And I believe he used the word critique. So the woman goes up and he turns to her, looks her up and down. And the first thing he says is she needs to lose weight and find a good bra. He told the woman, after he said women's jobs are just to shut up, look cute, and nod their head, he told the woman who came up that she needed to lose weight and find a good bra. And then said, because this man is married. He then said, because he had to teach his own wife about the value of a good bra, because before he met her, she, and I quote, knew nothing about anything and came from a family that knew nothing about anything. Now, this is not a rant about the church house, okay? I go to church. This isn't a rant about the church. Instead, what this is a critical deconstruction of how we, if we are not careful as women, could become complicit in our own destruction. Because we allow people to speak over us, in us, through us, and what they give adds weight. If we are not careful, we will give room to somebody to speak into our lives, and that person adds weight. Because how do you think that woman, when she went to go sit back down, and maybe not while she was still sitting in the church, but maybe on the drive home, or once she got home and she took her bra off and sat down and got ready to go to bed, how do you think she processed the words of this person who's supposed to be responsible for her soul? How do you think she dealt with him telling her, you need to lose weight and you need a good bra? Now, I don't know if that part is in the charge for being somebody's spiritual counsel, is commenting on their appearance or their weight or their undergarments. Like, that is out of order. That is out of order. So again, if we are not careful, we will become complicit, because keep in mind that he asked for volunteers to come up and to be critiqued, and she went up there. Now, I don't know if she knew what she was walking into. I'm sure she didn't. I'm sure she didn't expect her apostle or the pastor was going to comment on her needing a good bra in the church. I'm sure she didn't expect that. But that is how, if we are not careful, we will comply. We will give room to people that aren't trying to see us grow, that aren't trying to support us, and aren't trying to help us become better. We will give room for them to comment or to narrate about our very being. That's out of order. That's giving space to somebody to add weight to you. And I want us to stop that. Stephanie says, those critiques were heard by other women in the church and caused them to doubt who they were. Exactly. And that's the danger. For one, okay, can I keep it real? I don't care who you are. You're not going to tell me nothing about me that Jesus didn't say about me. I don't care who you are. If the Lord said I am fearfully and wonderfully made, ain't no way you person, man or woman, go stand up there and comment on my weight and my undergarments. We not about to do that. That's not about to happen. So again, if we are not careful, we will give space to people that frankly don't deserve space. The people that add weight to you should not have space in your life. They shouldn't have space to speak about your life and how you live your life and what kind of clothes you wear. Like, they shouldn't have space to do that. So we determine that. We have to set those boundaries. But before we can set those boundaries and before we can evaluate those people, we have to ask ourselves, okay, how does this person's words, how do their behavior, how do they make me feel? Do they make you feel heavy with frustration or anxiety or low self-esteem? Then they add weight to you and you probably need to cut them off. And that's just the truth. They don't deserve space in your space. Know who adds weight. Because them bringing their weight and putting it on you, that burdens you. When you need to be flying. Which brings me to the other type of person. Or the other thing that a person in your space can add to you. We just talked about the weight and we're not going to give the weight no more time. Okay? We're going to talk about the person that adds wings. The person that makes you feel inspired. The people that make you feel confident, that build you up, that empower you, that encourage you, that make you feel brighter, that make you feel better about yourself. Those are the types of people that deserve all of the space in your space because what they add to you benefits you. Don't let somebody who adds something that actually takes away from you continue to be in your space. So let me give you an example, a recent example, another example that you may have seen floating across the social media space, and that is the Notre Dame women's basketball coach whose name is Muffet McGraw. Her name is Muffet. I just love that. All right. So you might have seen another snippet of an interview with Coach McGraw talking about how the fact that there are women players coming up, that women playing right now, college level, high school, middle school, elementary school, women and girls that they don't see representation of themselves in the sport professionally. In men's basketball, 99% of the coaches and in the offices are men. The boys and the young men that are coming up in basketball, they have people that look like them that are doing what they want to do, and they see that representation. Women do not have that. The comment that she made that was getting a lot of backlash, whatever, was because she said that the fact that in men's basketball, 90 to 95% of the coaches and assistant coaches are men, why can't that be the same in women's basketball? Why can't in women's basketball 90 to 95% of the coaches in women's basketball be women? Or the assistant coaches be women? Or the trainers be women? Why can't, in that league that is for women, why can't that league have more women representation? And then she used that as an opportunity to talk about the fact that the Equal Rights Amendment, which would an amendment to the Constitution of these United States that would prohibit or outlaw discrimination on the basis of gender. This amendment was introduced in 1967, and guess what, y'all? It has not passed. Guess why? Because At least 38 out of 50 states have not ratified it yet. So in this state right now, it is on paper still legal to discriminate on the basis of gender. So what message does that send to young girls coming up? And she said it. I love the way that she said it. She said it sends the message to girls that men are in power, that men are in charge, that men make the decisions. Is that the message that we really want to send to our girls? That's not the message that I want to send to my daughter. And if that's not the message, then what are we going to do about it? So Coach McGraw is the ultimate example of somebody that adds wings to you. If the people in your circle challenge you, and I'm not just talking about the people who say, "Oh girl, yes, you did wonderful," and clap for you, but even the ones that challenge you, that call you out when you are not doing your best, that say you can do better, those people add wings to you, because they tell you that where the level that you are flying right now, there is so much more for you. You can fly much higher than that. And they challenge you to do it. So today, for this edition of Mondays with Mo, I want to encourage all of us to truly evaluate the people that we allow to be in our space. Because we let them. They don't just bullguard their way. We let them in. We answer the phone when they call. We invite them to the shindigs. We hang out with them. So we allow that. If you know, based on these two examples, that you have people in your space right now that add weight to you, I guarantee you, you won't be able to fly higher until you cut that weight. You have got to eliminate that weight so that the people that give you wings will help you fly higher. And I'm not just talking about the Red Bull, because I just heard that commercial in my head. Not the Red Bull that gives you wings, but there are people in your life, people in your circle, people that care about you, that can do that for you, that can inspire you and call you higher, that can remind you what your potential is, and then push you or challenge you to reach it.